of course, to stay early and often at the crime scenes themselves. The two crime scenes are, of course, the site of the trade towers that were destroyed in New York City and the Pentagon. Let's go first downtown New York City to Dawn Daylor, who spent a long day and night already trying to get a handle on the status of the search and rescue operation. How's it going, Dawn?
Well, when you witness the horror that we've seen over the past 24 hours, you tend to cling to any kind of words of encouragement that come out, any bit of news. One of that has been the response of people all over to come down here and help. One individual in particular was here on vacation, a surgical resident from New Jersey, who answered the mayor's call for help and ended up getting involved in this part of history. John Chauvin has found himself in the hole in the World Trade Center as part of the rescue of the two Port Authority policemen who were down in there. Describe what you found when you went into that hole.
It was a surreal scene. I just, by happenstance, kind of was brought in by the police chief for New York City, and then by the fire rescue folks, and brought into this hole where there was a steel girder out over the hole with a little hole to the side, and 10 feet down and another 10 feet down there was a Port Authority officer trapped. And the firefighters from Fire Rescue, or Rescue 1, the ESU police officers, me, a paramedic, spent all night. The firefighters, the rescue guys did all the work. I just went down and rendered some aid. We gave morphine, intravenous lines. It was touch and go. It was scary.
You told me a moment ago that you were really hoping that you wouldn't have to amputate, and you were relieved that you got him out safely, all in one piece.
You know, as a physician, that's kind of a last-ditch thing. But here you're looking at fire around you, heat, smoke, steam. You have guys risking their lives, a patient well and trapped down a little tunnel that only one man can go at a time. And, you know, you wonder, where do I draw the line? But, geez, those fire rescue guys, ESU, were persistent. We held to our plan, and we didn't have to amputate. And here this, you know, wonderful rescue, Port Authority officer who, you know, is critical, but I hope stable, and hopefully will do well. We hope that things will work out.
And you said that while you were there with him, keeping him conscious, even though he was on morphine, how did you spend the time? You said you talked to him, and what else? Yeah,
well, you talk to him, you ask him a little bit about his life, and how he's doing. We said a prayer. He was scared, I was scared. You know, starting an IV with the World Trade Center on top of you is scary. And it made us both feel better.
Well, I know one Port Authority police officer who's glad that you were around and visiting the city, and we do. We appreciate what you did.
Thank you.
Thank you. Peter?
Just to grasp the magnitude, even though we've seen it many times, of the destruction there at the Trade Center, but you can see that since first light today, and it happened overnight, they've moved in some really heavy equipment, because as they search for those people who may have survived under the rubble, and people do survive under the rubble, as we know, 2 people were rescued overnight. They have got to get some of the heaviest wreckage away from those locations where they may have heard signs of life. And of course, what's frustrating at a moment like this is, with all of the noise of the heavy equipment, it is hard to listen for signs of life. But as we simply continue as a nation to stare at these scenes of Lower Manhattan,